Hey, welcome back, guys. So, first of all, excuse the background noise. Those are some birds going crazy. I have no idea why, but maybe it's because it's raining. I have no idea. But as you guys have already seen from the first clip, I took the train to come here to the city. It's called Düsseldorf here in Germany. It's kind of a famous city here. It's around 1.5 hours away from me, from where I live, by train. First off, taking the train here in Germany is a hassle, so I can't wait for the day to come where I don't take the train or have to check the train anymore, or the bus, because in my city we use the buses. We don't have any like trams or trains or underground subway. We don't have that because my city is relatively small. It's not like small, but it's like medium. I don't know. It doesn't have huge transportation options. But basically, today I'm here. I come here pretty often. And on today is also Christmas Eve. I come here basically to get inspired and get a bit motivated to get some things in life. There are so this city is known for like luxury boutiques and brands. All of this. I'm actually on this street where all the famous brands in the world are located, and there's also a very famous shopping center right around the corner. I'll show it to you guys in a few minutes. But I come here. There's some boutiques, some shops, and some brand shops. I visit, and I just come to get inspired. Basically, the main thing is I get inspired when I come here. That's the main thing, because there's some cool cars, some boutiques. I'm gonna show it to you. This one boutique. It's called. Hold on, let me show you guys. So there it is. This is also a special one. So that was the boutique called Juwelier Fine Arts, which is in German. It's German for like jewelry, fine arts. Basically, it is a well-known boutique, and its owner is pretty famous actually on social media, specifically on Instagram. He's called Klaus. Like Santa Claus, the same name but in German. So he's well known. He's been in the industry for decades. He's like a famous guy in the area. In the local, he's pretty well known. So I do follow him on social media, and I like his content. So I come to his shop and just I couldn't come closer because it's illegal to actually videotape the products that are on display. But basically I go up there and I just take a look at the watches on display. There's some heavy hitters sometimes, and I just get inspired, and I like this guy as well, and he inspires me, and I like watches. That's a personal thing right now, but I like watches, and I like nice clothes as well. I used to be like into cars, really. It's funny, like I'm saying all of this, I still can't afford anything, but I'm laying this out today. The whole main purpose of this video is to just speak some words into reality, if that makes sense. Well, that can make sense right now, but I'm sure it will at some point in the future. But I'm speaking these words into reality, and I'm shooting this video as some kind of like documentation, like just documenting myself getting inspired by all these things, so that at some point in the near future I go back to this same video and and just be like, hey, I did it. Now I do own all these things. I have already bought from all these shops and boutiques. It's like a normal thing for me. But it's like I'm planting this seed in my mind, in this phase, you know. So there's that. And I'm actually standing right out in front of the shopping center. Let me show it to you guys. There it is. It's pretty big and it's pretty cool. So inside of this shopping center, you can find basically like all the famous brands in the world, as well as the not very famous ones, which is what I like basically. I like some brands that are not pretty famous and are not flashy. It's also like that's my personal taste. Even though I still can't afford it at this moment. I can barely afford food and, you know, keeping a roof over my head. I'm barely affording that right now. But yeah, I'm just setting up my. It's all in the mind. It's all about the mindset. Now, as I was saying, I don't really like the flashy brands, and like when I wear a jacket that screams, "Hey, it's like Gucci or whatnot." I don't really care if people wear them or if people like them. I don't really judge. But I personally don't like to wear flashy things in terms of like clothes. As a man speaking, I just like well put clothes, like a like a nice trousers with a nice jacket or something, you know. And these brands offer such things, but with like, you know, I consider these like crazy prices right now. But people do like regularly shop from these brands, like a jacket. You know, the other day I saw this jacket that cost around 5,500 euros. I consider that insane. You know, but you know, someday I'll just go in and pick up this jacket and buy it, alongside with other pieces of clothes. So that just puts the idea in my mind that at some point this would be my normal life. To actually, like, this will be my my daily these, you know, these pieces of clothes would be my daily fits, you know. And I'm just talking about clothes, and which just sound ridiculous. This is not my dream, you know. Like, I'm not like, don't get me wrong here. This is not the end point. This is not the dream. This is not the goal. It's just a mere milestone that I have in my mind. I just look at it like this should be a pretty casual thing to do, to pick up watches and to go in and pick up, you know, like clothes from such brands. That must be a casual activity for me at some point in the near future. So this is not the end goal. This is just a milestone for me right now. So, and it also helps because, as I already said, today is Christmas Eve. So all shops are closed, all shopping centers, everything is closed. But I still came here to clear my mind, to think, to just still get inspired. Like, but you know, on normal days I come here, there's a lot of people. I go in that shopping center and I just watch and observe how people behave and how these people carry themselves. You know, I go in there and I just look. This sounds crazy. I just go in there and look how people. I saw people like just go in there and do a shopping spree or whatever. I just go in there and see and observe. That helps my mind a lot to actually realize that this is normal, that lots of people do this, and lots of people can afford this as part of their daily routine or casual activity, you know. So this is just one little thing that inspire me, which is like clothes and watches. Watches is also another, like, with watches, you have, there's levels to it, right? There's, like, I don't know, watches that are worth like millions of dollars or whatever. There's watches like for $50,000, for $100,000, and there's like it can go crazy with watches. Another thing about watches, why I prefer them over cars at this point in my life, or basically when I can finally afford, like watches or cars, I prefer to put my money in watches. So the main reason is watches are portable. Maybe I should wait until I get a watch and talk about this. But whatever, I'm gonna say my opinion, and I'm gonna get a watch, I'm gonna react on this video, or I'm gonna mention it. I don't care. Here's why. Watches are portable, cars are not. Watches can go with you into a building or at an event or wherever you go. Cars cannot. You can wear a heavy hitter of a watch on your wrist and just walk into a building or any place, and people with some taste or some knowledge, or people that you actually would consider do business with or get to know, will definitely recognize that piece on your wrist. That gives you an advantage in most cases. Now, I don't want to get into this. There's some people don't care about watches. So there's some billionaires don't wear any watches. Whatever. When you wear a heavy hitter on your wrist, I don't know, like a Richard Mille or some crazy ass watches, people with knowledge and people who you might care about, getting to know, will recognize them, and that will give you an advantage. That's like, in any given situation, like when you're on a date, when you're asking a girl out or anything, there's some unspoken things that give you an advantage in this life or in any given situation. Watches are one of these things. So that's also a good benefit. And a huge benefit is, if you make a good decision and if you're not stupid, you can make money as well when you after you buy the watch. So there are some things to do so you can actually make money with the watch that you buy, like building relationships with the brand, buying the watch at retail price, buying the right watch, basically. If it's like limited edition or whatever, it's a whole story. It's not something that you can take lightly. There's it's a hobby basically, but you can also make money with it if you're like collecting watches or whatnot. It's much deeper of a topic than like just clothes or like brands of clothes or whatnot or whatever. So those are the reasons why I like watches over cars. Of course I like cars, but it's not in this phase of my life, because I can be more flexible. I can move in and out. I can, if I moved to another city or whatever, it's much easier. I don't have to worry about it like a car, if it's parked outside or whatever, if someone's crashed it. Like with a car, it's much more of a hassle. There are some also collectibles in cars. There are some collectible cars. You can buy a car and it gets up in value or whatnot. Cars can also be a very good investment, but not in this phase of my life. I still, that's crazy. I still can't afford shit right now. So I'm talking, when I can afford to buy these things, I still want to buy cars in the near future, even when I can afford them. I'm talking about like high-end cars as an investment. So that's it basically. I just come here and just get inspired. This is just a milestone. I consider it a milestone. It's not a goal. It's not an end goal. And to be honest, this is not a purpose of my life as well. This is not something that I want to be known for, as someone who only cares about like flashy stuff and then materialistic things. They're good. they're you know, you can enjoy, if everyone can enjoy these things, but they're not the goal, they're not the purpose, they're not these are not the things that keep me up at night and keep me going. It just gives me some boost. My purpose is much bigger than this. So as I said, for everyone, your purpose should be much bigger than just getting watches or cars or luxury clothing or whatever. Your purpose must be much deeper and much bigger than that, so you can actually, you know, keep yourself driven and keep yourself going. Because what if your goal is to get the watch and you actually get the watch? Like, what a fucking boring thing to do, to just get the watch and just sit down and do nothing and just stop. Like, that's the most depressing shit ever. So as I said, this is just a milestone that I have, and I want to look back on this video, on that day where I just go in that shopping center, go in these boutiques, go in these shops, buy the watches that I want, buy my first luxury watch from that shop that I referred to at the beginning, you know, Euphoria Fine Arts from Uncle Klaus. Yeah, that day will come. Yeah, so this might sound crazy, but I can assure you, like, this is, some people might think that this is a delusion, but I'm just saying, like, in my mind, I'm 10 steps ahead. I just know, I don't think, I just know that that day will come. Yeah, when that day comes, I'll make sure to let everyone know, and afterwards I'll just keep going and I'll just keep aiming for higher milestones. But the purpose stays the same. The purpose keeps me driven forever until the day I die. That, don't get me wrong here. I'm not, you know, like there's, those are two different things, like the milestones and the actual purpose that I have. Because the purpose is the infinite game that I'm playing. And it's not about watches, don't get me wrong. It's about much deeper stuff in like personal development and skills that I learn and the person that I become at each stage and at each milestone. It's not about the things that I acquire. It's about the person I become to get to, you know, to buy these things and to have everything I want. That's the actual purpose, and that's the actual game I'm playing. That's, you know, I wanted to clarify this. So yeah, there's that. I'm just gonna take a little walk on this beautiful Christmas Eve. And by the way, I'm spending it alone. Like I don't know if I think I've you know, last year I spent it alone, you know, Christmas Eve as well. It's a lonely phase. I don't care. This, I'm happy to know that I'm able to pursue my goals and that I have the opportunity to chase my dreams and chase my goals. This is what I live for. So I just want to leave you with that, and I'm gonna continue walking, then get back home. All right, guys. This is one last point I want to touch on. This is very important. You see all these watches, all the things I've showed you. It's very cool. It sounds very cool to get that, but in reality, how I see things at least, you should only consider getting that, or consider buying these things after you've already secured yourself first of all, and then your family financially. I can't just go out and buy a nice watch or buy whatever and see my mom, and then see my mom, like, or my father is still working. Um, that just doesn't sit right with me. So I don't care if your family is not perfect. My family isn't. At least as far as I know, no one's family is perfect. Everyone has struggles. Everyone has problems, has whatever. But family is still your family. Your family is still your family. Your parents are your parents. You only have them once in life. You should always aim to be the person who just changes the trajectory of your whole family, of your whole bloodline, at least. At least this is how I see things. So I
won't even consider getting all these things if my parents are still working. After I retire them, and then actually secure myself financially, technically retire myself also. I'll be still working, but then not just for money, then for my goals, my purpose. After that, I can consider like getting whatever I want. That's it basically. This is very important. So get your money first, secure yourself first, secure your parents first, your family, whatever, like people around you financially, and then like consider getting whatever you want. That's it. And on this note, I'm ending this video here, and I'll see you in the next one.